freezer, and in this case it is from Smithfield, and 48443 is your item number. This is new. You may have actually seen the sausage patties with the bacon assortment that we've done in the past, but there was a little request that came in for all sausage, so we wanted to accommodate 32 of them, which is actually, this would be 32, and then you could double that and do 64. Now here's the deal. If you double it, we didn't just double your price, we double the price and take $22 away from that, so it's $22 less to do it that way by bundling it together. And 48443 once again, and of course Tom Castaldi from Smithfield is here to chat with us.
Hello,
Hi,
Sharon. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Great
It's good to see you too. You said something to me, because I love the flavor of these, but you said something to me before the show today. You said, think of this like a hamburger.
Right.
Not necessarily in the way that you're gonna serve it for dinner like a hamburger, but think of it mentally like you always wanna have burgers in the freezer, ready to go. These sausage patties, you always want to have in the freezer ready to go, because even beyond something like a hamburger, I'm still only thinking about that for dinner. This, I'm certainly thinking about breakfast. I am thinking about lunch, and tons of different options for dinner time. And now, Tom, that we're getting into school season, my kids just started back to school this week, I need better, quicker options to do things with at the last second when my schedule's changing.
Yeah, well, they're so versatile, and I like to say they're quick, easy, and versatile. Because they are pre-cooked. Now, this is a sausage that we use authentic, quality pork to start. We use authentic, mild seasonings to add. And what you get is this, well, you can tell me what we get.
Delicious, full, deep, rich, moist flavor. Unlike other sausage patties that you see maybe at your local grocery store, which, by the way, you can't find these in your local grocery store.
Right.
Unlike those that kind of end up dry, they're smaller, they're thicker, they're tougher, they're kind of a little like, they might have a flavor you kind of like, but they're like hockey pucks in terms of texture. This is everything you wish that sausage patty could be at like the best breakfast house that you have in your hometown, but you get to do it in your home for almost no effort. Because Smithfield does things the slow way and the real way. What's the heritage of the brand?
Yeah, 78 years Smithfield has been around. We're the largest pork producer in the country. And this is our roots, being able to provide this sausage patty is not available, I think, as you mentioned, in grocery stores.
No, it's not.
But only fine diners and restaurants can you find. And, you know, we even have some famous restaurants that serve this as a part of their breakfast option. But I love it because, and you can see how juicy and moist.
That's the difference. The texture and the moisture of this.
Right.
Is you can't compare it to any other sausage, in my opinion, on the market.
And that's 1 minute in the microwave.
That's crazy.
So you can warm this traditionally in a skillet, a couple minutes, you know, to be able to warm it up. But if you're coming home and you want a quick snack or you want something quick to add with your breakfast,
and let's face it, we're always in a rush.
Exactly.
Always.
Just throw it a minute in the microwave and warm it up.
You know
very,
what?
very simple.
This is popular. The 32 count is specifically very popular, but I want to remind you that even in terms of the packaging, you talked to the folks at Smithfield and you wanted them to change the packaging, and they did. They used to give you more in a pack, and you said, can you give us less? So now you brought it down to 8 to a package by popular request.
We did.
Right?
We did.
So that would mean you're getting 4 packages of 8.
Right.
And you're going for the set of 32, which is very popular. Or if you want to double your offer, here's the other part of the offer is actually way back here. You're just multiplying what you see here by this. It's kind of getting lost in translation. All of it.
Yeah.
If you want all 64, and I know that sounds like a lot, but guess what? You won't feel guilty about crumbling one up in your favorite mac and cheese recipe. You won't feel guilty about adding this into something else that you've got going on, maybe into the hash browns or something else, because you've got so many to work with to begin with. And you can do those 2 easy pays. If you do the 2 offers together in the bundle for the total of 64, it's 22 bucks less. Like, you save money by bundling them together. 500 have actually already been spoken for. This is what I was referring to. Take a look at the massive difference, and I think we all are familiar with that from the local food store.
Yeah, this is the #1 selling pre-cooked sausage in America.
Wow.
And what I like to show is not only the size difference, because there is a huge size difference, but we like to say take the Smithfield challenge.
Yeah.
It's not just about size, but it's about the taste, the authentic taste of this versus this. We'd love you to try this if you're already using this.
You're right, because the difference to me is, again, with texture, It is juicy and it's incredibly tender. You don't have to fight with it. Sometimes I feel like you kind of fight with sausage in the morning.
Exactly.
You're like wrestling with it. That doesn't happen with this. That's number one. Number two, there's a lot of sausages out there that have like too much something. It's like too much fennel, or they're too spicy, and they're using that to like cover up the lack of flavor that they don't have. This doesn't need to fall back on any of those tricks because you know how to do this right.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can over-flavor anything, and I think with sausage, you want the pork to shine through.
Yes.
You want it to be moist, you want it to be delicious, because at the end of the day, that's really the taste that folks are looking for. Now,
are we gonna make a snake
yes,
sandwiches?
we will. I just wanted to show, now we have, if you have the authentic gourmet croissants.
Oh, and by the way, we were looking at a pizza over there that is incredible if you want to put this sausage on pizza for dinner.
Right.
It's great.
Right. I'll show you a few other things in just a second, but
look at that in the biscuit. I love how big it is compared to the biscuit. My son would say, "I'm going to give this a haircut."
Every couple
and eat all the way
every couple times a week, I will grab a biscuit. I'll put a sausage patty in a microwave, little stone mustard. And and it's just, and sometimes I add a little cheese, so you have just a little cheese.
You got me with the stone ground mustard on this. I have to give that a try.
It's
delish. I like that.
It's delish.
And then, of course, with the croissants that we had earlier in the show, you can put them separately on the table. You can make a sandwich with the croissant if you want to do that. It's all about options. And I think out of all of the things that you brought to us throughout the years, this is the most versatile because it's practically, it can be the center of the plate as a meal unto itself, or it can be a side dish. That is rare, one thing can do both.
It absolutely can. And what we've done is, you know, Thanksgiving is coming up. Think about using this in your stuffing. We have a thyme stuffing with our Smithfield sausage. Right there, you see, that's a sloppy Joe with our sausage.
Wait a minute, instead of what?
Instead of beef.
Beef?
You
just put the sausage in there?
It is unbelievable trying sausage in replacement of beef in a sloppy Joe.
Well, you know what?
Mac and cheese.
I think it's just because there's so much flavor here. I mean,
Right.
if you took this and ground it up, like just with your hands, like you just took a fork and you mashed it up, you taste this and then you just taste plain ground beef. Like there's no comparison when it comes to flavor.
There's not. It really adds a whole new level and a whole new notch. And we actually, you know, with the big game coming up, I actually even have here in front, we did some sausage balls with a little mozzarella and cheddar. Those are edible, absolutely.
Can I grab this?
We made one just for you.
Oh my
sausage
gosh.
ball.
Wait, what's in here?
There is cheddar cheese, mozzarella cheese, a little green pepper. But again, I think the sausage is what really steals the show, doesn't it?
Do you know, I can't say the name of the restaurant, but it kind of reminds me of some like bread with cheese that you get. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do.
At a restaurant, that kind of flavor with the sausage rolled in, like it's fluffy on the inside. You're going to have recipes at some point on QVC.com,
We are,
right?
yeah, we're working on them now. You can find tons of different recipes on the internet, but
my mom loves that restaurant, by the way. If she's watching, that's what you know what I'm talking about. And then you put the sausage in there. Right. That is awesome. So here's the deal. I want to mention something called auto delivery because, while we were chatting, magically, everything moved together here on the table.
Yes,
I didn't even see this happening.
I snapped my fingers. You missed it.
I did. And I totally missed it. So here's what you're getting. If you want to go for the set of 32, that's what you see right here. But if you want to double your offer, bam, you can double your offer. But instead of doubling the price, we made it $22 less by bundling your orders together in one phone call by getting the 64. So here's my question to you, because while they're all laid out here and they look like they're taking up a ton of space, and if someone is saying, I only have so much room in my freezer and I can't keep this, the way that they're packaged, it's going to be easy to sort of slide the individual packages in wherever they can find space.
It is.
Right?
We improved the packaging from our previous item. We now have 8 to a pack. So these fit nicely in the freezer. They're very thin here, as you can see. 8 to a pack. Keep these in the freezer. Moment's notice, you can pull them out in the microwave, 1 minute.
Moist
you're
out
in
of the
business.
microwave.
And it'll maintain the moistness in the microwave.
That's what really gets me, because so many of us, I mean, think about, have you ever had to rush out of the house and you just didn't have time for breakfast? Like you woke up late or whatever the situation is, and even if you have a commute, when that hunger hits in the morning, oh, like it is just bad. You need to start off by having something.
Right.
You can't say you don't have time for this in the morning for an occasional breakfast, but not to mention, yes, the sausages for breakfast, but we wanted to show you the difference. This is not found in regular grocery stores.
Right.
This is the most popular version of what you do find in the grocery stores, and when I see those two together,
Size
I would
difference,
not want to eat that.
No, and then the taste. I just take the Smithfield challenge. Give us, if you're trying this, give this one a try. I promise you won't be disappointed.
So whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and that's really what this is all about, which is why we turn this into a one-time only value for you, because the price is never going to be lower for one full year. We even put it on 2 easy payments and are allowing you to lock that price in. Even when this comes back at a higher price, you can lock that into auto delivery every 90 days. For that one full year, and that way breakfast, lunch, dinner, pizzas, macaroni and cheese, whatever you want to add this to, you can. Thank you so much, Tom.
Thank you, Sharon. Great to see you.
Always nice to see you,
Thank
too.
you.
And now, you know what? This show is crazy. This is like, everything can be used with everything else, which I think is amazing. This is our authentic gourmet mini, classic, or large French croissants. I believe the minis are sold out. The large, I know, were very